Today, we're going to go through the PowerSteps of Emotions, and you can use them every time you have an emotion. Now, I want you to think about a situation and felt a real strong one. Let's begin. Just like a lot of things, it all starts with being aware. In this case, about the emotions we can experience. So become aware of your emotion. Step 1, recognize your emotion. The more emotions you know, the more emotions you can identify with. Now we might have different stories, different beliefs, but we all experience the same emotions. Step 2, know where the trigger comes from. Where's the emotion triggered from? The inside or outside? Or a bit of both? Step 3, know what you feel. What do you really feel having this emotion? Is it a negative one? Then try to make it smaller. This way, you immediately reduce the strength of the emotion. Step 4, know what the emotion is telling you. What's the real message? Because every emotion tells you something different and has a different meaning. So become curious and ask, what is the emotion telling me? And what could I appreciate about that message? Even by coming up with something you can appreciate can eliminate a lot of suffering. Because there's always something positive coming from a negative emotion. You can only experience one kind of emotion. You can't feel angry and happy at the same time. And remember, different emotion, different message. Step 5, look into the past. Did you experience this emotion before? And how did you act? What did you do? What was your call to action? What was the result? Was it negative? And what could you have done to change that? And if it was positive, can you do it again? Step 6, look into the future. What could you do to get a positive outcome? What would be the right call to action and what is the result you really want to have? What could you do to benefit yourself and the people around you? How could you respond accordingly given the current situation? Step number 7, take action. Our emotions tell us to take a specific action. Go into action. And the action you take normally goes automatically based on past experiences and knowledge. But choose the best action suited to the situation. And remember that you always have a choice and are responsible for your own actions, your own words, and your own choices. Step 8. Did you accomplish the outcome, the results you wanted to have? If not, the next time you might need to change your state, your approach, your rules, your communication, your physiology, your philosophy, or your perspective. Now luckily, we have the same emotions multiple times a day, so you have some time to practice this. And if the result is a positive one, the only thing you need to do is remember what you did and do it again. So that's why step number 9 is repetition. Just like with the attitude diseases and diseases of the mind, in the beginning, you practice this process after you've experienced the emotion and had the result. But repetition will make it possible to go through this process when the emotion occurs. And it's not easy, and even I am still learning today. So I hope you see that with the PowerSteps of Emotions, you have an extra tool to start your membership of emotional fitness, to get emotional intelligent. Now the key is to be able to go from the negative to positive and get back to control, because either it runs you or you run it. Plus, we can experience some real emotions just by using our imagination. So you can even practice this on the couch. Step 10. Share how you handled the emotion. Do it when you had a positive experience or turn the negative emotion into a positive result. Now this way, you might help out someone who's struggling with the exact same thing. Of course, learn to express, not impress, because that might trigger some emotions that you don't want to trigger. And if you're stuck, ask for help. I mean, 2 minds are better than 1. Look for answers together, because you got nothing to lose, only to gain. Of course, keep in mind that the more complicated the emotion, the more complicated the message might be. And that's why most people never really study this, because it takes effort, brain power, energy, and we might link that to pain. And we don't want to do that, do we? So, most people just feel what they feel and respond, and think they're responding accordingly. not knowing what the emotion is really telling them to do, and not taking the advantages that are possible to grasp. You know what I believe to be one of the best skills you get from emotional intelligence? I believe it's empathy. Because when you know about your own emotions, you can understand other people's emotions better and relate. And if you understand other people better, it will benefit you and the people around you. But just out of curiosity, on what way do you think emotional intelligence will benefit you? Leave it in the comments. But before I go, would it not be handy for you to have an overview of your 3 emotions or feelings that you experience the most throughout your day or week and know what they actually tell you, mean to you? This way, you're able to turn those negative feelings into positive ones. So let's go through that another time. But for now, thank you for watching, thank you for your time. Use the PowerSteps of Emotions, and I'll see you next time.